Time to replace some parts and run another test. Alright, back with you once again, YouTube. I am in the shop, as obviously. It is 1:21 in the afternoon. I have reassembled, I should say, the receiver. I do have the new diode tacked in place. I took the questionable transistor out and tested it. It tests fine out of circuit. So I'll put that back in. I put the old filter cap back in. And we're going to test it now and see what happens. The other camera is looking at the Fluke, which is set to DC, I think. Let's see, DC, yes, set to DC. Volts, 200 range. This should be a 25 volt. It's connected to that B plus on that 25 volt line, basically across the cap. Well, I said it is, but it's not. I just now had to redo something, and I took this one lead off. So let me put that back before I forget it. Let's see. Wonder if that is negative. Let's see, negative was positive was down. Okay, this is positive. That's good there. And negative should be the chassis, so I'm counting on that anyway. I don't like the way that's doing. Let me redo this one. And now we'll put this on the chassis. Alright, now it's hooked up. Let me energize the receiver is plugged in, the speakers are on or in, where they should be. And let me go ahead and turn this up a little bit. See what happens. I already hear a hum. I got 2 volts B plus at 14.8 and 60. I gotta get this light out of the way. It's right on my top of my head. Every time I lean over here to do this, it gets right in my way. The hum getting a little louder. I think there's, and we're up to 140 milliamps. B plus is up to 3.1. Up to 210 milliamps. Up to about 4 volts on the B plus. There goes the hum goes down now. We are at 270 milliamps at roughly 50 volts. 10 volts on the B plus. Go up a little bit more. Everything seems. Oh, the amperage fell down, back down. I don't smell anything. Counting on my sniffer to monitor the situation. Like I said, it's only drawing 100 milliamps now. Heard something there, pop in the speaker. Don't see any action on the lighting, which I would have thought we would have for now. 15 volts on B plus. Yep, there it went. I heard it go. 2 something on the amperage. I didn't catch it. I was busy watching the B plus. Yep, I smell it now. So we have another problem. Should be interesting to see. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the use the temperature gun here to see if I can find out which one it is. I'm going to put you guys aside a second. 72 on that resistor, 72 on the transistor, 71, those seem to be fairly normal. 73 on that, 78 on the warm capacitor, 72 on the other one. So that one's still not doing great. Let me check the rest of these transistors. Transistors are all about the same, or in the 70. The one I pulled out is a little bit hotter than the rest of them, but not by much. It's 73, and the other ones are measuring around 71. So I don't really see that being a big problem. Resistors for it are all about the same. No heat on the transformer itself. See what else I can check. There's a regulator DERB over here, I think. So nothing else out of the ordinary. Trying to figure out where I'm getting this current. I don't know if we popped a fuse or what. They're not hot. That one's a little bit warm. That one's a little bit warmer. So I don't see anything out of the ordinary as far as real wild temperatures. I should have been, monitoring this a little closer, but I wasn't. So like I said, it is really, there's just nothing getting that hot. Unless it's a smaller component that I'm not seeing. You know what I mean? It just could be something like that. The smell seems to be coming from the middle of the... Let's see, here's a couple resistors here. Let me check this. Ooh, there's 174 still. And the companion to it is 72. That's a possibility. So, need to measure those and see what those are. I think that's the 420 ohm 2-watt resistors, I believe. So those may be a problem. That center of that cap is still measuring 74. So, alright, well, don't know. Like I say, I don't even know if it popped this fuse. I'm going to check it real quick. The fuse wasn't hot, I know that. It was 69. So, unless it went right back down in temperature, it probably wasn't blown. Turn that transformer off. That's good. Check these real quick. They're both good. Might as well check the other ones here. Those are good. And whatever the problem is, it has to be in that circuit, because I had this thing up all the way and there was no problems. Yeah, all the fuses are good. So, turn that off. Get it out of the way a little bit there. Alright, now, like I said, I don't see anything or feel anything or measure anything that's out of the ordinary. I'd like to measure those, the resistance of those two resistors and see if that's what I'm thinking they are. They're basically right below that capacitor right there, I think. Measure here. Let's see, I'm on resistance. 470 should be 20. And let's see what we got. Oh, well, if that is in fact the resistor, which I think it is. One is open and the other one's, no, it's shorted too. Let's see, what am I on? 200K. Oh, I'm on. Let me, there, get that one down a little bit. Okay, one of them is measuring 14 ohms. The other one is measuring. Yeah, it's going up. Oops. It should be 420, I think. The other one is measuring 400 and up to 12. That's about it right there. 413. That's pretty close, I would say. But the other one is way up. It's only measuring 14 ohms. So that could be a problem. Let's see. Let me double check, make sure I've got the right one. Yep, that's them. Alright, well, definitely gonna pull that one out and get him fixed. Now the funny part about it was the other one was the one that's measuring fairly accurately is the one that was hot. Of course, you know, don't know exactly. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Pull that resistor out of there and make sure that's what I think it is. And go from there. So, I'm going to stop this here. And we're going to post this here in a bit. As the continuing saga of the Pioneer SX-450. You guys all still here with me? Let me show you where these are at. There is the one transistor or resistor is here across these lines. They basically go across this cap and this cap. Yeah, they're basically across those caps. So this is the other one here. Now I don't know how this gets up to there, but obviously it does. Okay, here's a line running this way. I don't know. Anyway, this is the one that's measuring bad, I think, and this one's the one that's measuring good. Let me double check that, but pretty sure I don't want to pull off the wrong one. So still a little bit of a charge in that cap, I think. Not too bad though. It's 400 and, like I said, 13. Leave it on there a second longer and see if it goes up anymore. Oh, looks like 413 is what it's going to end up as. And this one measures 14. So there's another possibility here. If this, I think that's across here. Let me double check here. Yep, that's the ones across this cap that I just put back in there. What's the chance that cap shorted? I'm going to pull the resistor out, and if it measures fine, then I'll know it's the cap. So that's really the only things across there. So unless it's one of these other diodes let loose. I didn't even measure that. Let me try. I'm still on 2K diode setting. Oh yeah, there's 14. Oh, it measures one way and 14 the other way. Huh. Interesting. No, it measures 14 both ways. I'm sorry. Of course, that's across that. I think that's across that too. So Alright, I'm going to pull some things out of here and check some things. Like I say, you guys have a wonderful day. Probably won't make any more videos on this today. Hopefully I can find something out. I thought we were going to get lucky there, and I thought it was going to work, but all of a sudden, boom! We definitely have some problems in this area. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and we will see you